Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Can you hear me?
I can indeed, coming through loud and clear. How are you? You well?
Excellent. Yeah, very well, thank you. How you doing?
Yeah, well, we've had an interesting day, sort of doing some sound checks and whatnot. I'm sure we're not completely out of the woods of maybe one or two little dramas along this evening's proceedings. But yeah, we're doing all right. Thank you very much.
Dear.
It's been a long time since we've seen you, right? I mean, goodness,
Yeah, yeah.
you're back in the
It's
early
been
days. In fact, I've even got some of your equipment that I use for when we do actual events in real venues.
it's still going.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. And in fact,
Wow.
I was just playing on the amp that you even sold me because you're an acoustic guitar performer, and I actually embraced any knowledge that I could get from you when I first met you. And obviously, we got relatively close and was able to share some advice. And obviously, you gave me the guitar, well, the guitar amp. Well, you sold it to me. And it's just a fine piece. So every day I play, obviously I do get reminded of you. How pleasant is that?
Oh, that's excellent. It's good to know it's still going and still working.
No, you're a fantastic guitar style player, and
Thank you.
having seen your work at the open mic when we held them in the Fareham pub in Fareham, funny enough. You were obviously one of the star performers, been able to pull off some amazing tricks on the guitar. In fact, I think a lot of
Oh,
people
thank you.
were watching thinking that, oh yeah, I think I'll have the courage to get up on stage, and then saw Nick pull out some amazing guitar licks and thought, maybe not. But yeah,
That wasn't the intention. I promise. I apologise to anyone who was disheartened.
so you obviously use. You obviously play a lot of practice. You were a full-time musician. I mean, we haven't seen each other for such a long time. I believe that's basically the route that you took.
Yeah, I was professional at. I went professional at 16, so that's getting on for
God, so young.
9 years ago now. So I was professional all the time that I knew you as well. Obviously, it's a very slow, very very slow industry to be in. It takes a long time to build things up.
Yeah, a lot of efforts.
And it's only really after the last few years that I really sort of started to get into the swing of things and find my sort of niche, if you like, and find what direction I was going in. And yeah, I mean, I sort of cut my teeth down at your open mic, learning what tunes people liked, what stuff worked well, what stuff didn't work well, what was crap entirely. So yeah, I've got a lot to owe to you guys as well, really.
Well,
I
thanks
wouldn't
very
be
much.
where I am now if it wasn't for being down that open mic, really.
Well, that's really kind of you to say, and in fact, I do hope that we are supporting some fantastic musicians like yourself, because that's what it's all about. And we see people grow the more that we see them down the line. And I can see here as well that you've been doing some traveling. You did a tour in Germany, right?
I did a couple of tours in Germany, yeah. Like to play some great concerts. So that was in March, and that was about 2 weeks before the first national lockdown. So I just made it back in time, really. The other one I did was in September 2018. I went down to Cologne, played a few concerts over there. That was great fun. Took the train all the way. So that was a lot of fun to take the train to Germany and see a lot of Germany on the way down. A bit of Belgium, a bit of France. It's good fun.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's quite a big venture, which you probably had to coordinate and organise yourself, and obviously speak to all these different venues and get yourself on these lists and try and make a crust at the same time. But I guess you did get to travel quite a bit with your solo stuff. And we're going to hear some now. I think we're going to have some music because I think we're overdue. So I'm going to hand the stream over to you. What have you got for us first?
I think I might just play one of my old warm-up tunes, if that's okay, just to get my fingers loosened up. This is one that I used to open a lot of my shows with, so if you came to one of my shows more recently, you might recognise this one. It's called Ready for the Times to Get Better.
Yeah, good work, good work.
Thank you.
Nice comment there
Few
from
mistakes
Atticus
in there, I
Blue.
apologise.
He's like, "How is this a warm-up tune?" How?
I just saw that as I finished. It's the warm up tune. It's how I warm up.
It's that, you know, you have lost a lot of hair. Not that you've lost it from the top, of course. You just had it all cut off. I remember when you were back in, and everybody will be able to see videos and photographs of you on our open mic page, and you've got these really long locks. But now you've shaved it all off, cut it back.
This is my lockdown haircut as well. So this is sort of the shaggy version of where I've been in recent years as well.
I've got a piece of music that you did, which was, is it Jerry who? Sorry,
Jerry Reed.
Jerry Reed.
Jerry Reed.
So I'm going to play something that you've got on YouTube that people might enjoy to give you a taste of what's about to be played. One sec. Wow.
Oh, right, I was playing along with that.
I mean, that has got to take a hell of a lot of practice to get to that speed.
I won't deny that one did take a while, yeah.
And one of the things I noticed when you were playing back at the open mic days, you, unlike a lot of guitarists that are fingerstyle, you didn't really have long nails. I saw a little bit of nailage going on there, but I don't know. Is this something that you
I mean, no, I've been a pretty serious nail biter all my life. So,
Me too.
I'm just spend my whole life like I'm at the cinema watching a horror movie. You know,
It's quite surprising.
all the time.
Quite
So
surprising.
I did sort of have longer nails at one point, but not by any means what you consider guitar players' nails. So no, it's all just bare flesh, calluses,
And raw playing. Okay,
yeah,
well,
bliss.
we shall hear another number from you now. Obviously, this is going to be performed live. What have you got next? I notice this guitar is quite an unusual guitar. You talk about the guitar here for a second whilst you're tuning out.
Yes. So this guitar is made by a company called Godin in Canada. They make quite a few guitars now. They used to be quite a small company. It's a nylon string, sort of like a classical guitar. Or I've got flamenco strings on this at the moment, so it's sort of like a flamenco guitar as well. But it's a solid body. If I sort of you can sort of hear it's rock hard, and it's only sort of 1.5 inches deep as well. So it's kind of like playing a solid body electric guitar, but it's a nylon string. So yeah, it's just I found it to be a practical guitar to travel with. Like when you're flying or something, you don't always have the luxury of putting a guitar in the overhead locker or anything. So a guitar that's built like a tank is something that stands in good stead. Yeah, if bit of advice, if anybody does travel with a guitar, get something that is really well built and get a good case for it as well. Otherwise it will arrive in several pieces.
I have seen some horror stories.
Oh yeah, I could tell you some as well. All right, I'll play a song now for you. It's called "The Girlfriend of the Whirling Dervish." And if you can figure out what that means, you're a better man than I am. But it's a fun one to play, so let's see how this one goes.
Oh, what an interesting last note to go to there.
Yeah, the James Bond chord there. It's a fun one.
And again, definitely a James Bond chord. I like it.
Yeah.
For those that may not have seen you for a while, Nick, the news that I heard this week is that you're now a Submariner too.
Well, not quite the Submariner, but I am planning to become one. Yes. I so when COVID hit back, what seems like a million years ago now, I sort of put the guitar away in its case and thought, you know what, I'm going to take a couple of weeks break. I've been playing a lot of guitar for a long time, and thought I'd just take some time off. And I only really sort of picked it up a week or so before you got in touch and said you wanted me to do a live stream for you. So I was frantically trying to play again and learn all these tunes again.
But that must only be a good thing, really, Nick. I mean, ultimately, you should have been performing. You should have been practicing. But I guess, things have changed a lot in lockdown. I myself hadn't picked up the guitar for a long time, and I think it's the same for some other people that I've had on this show so far. They seem to have kicked them into action, and they've really enjoyed being able to perform again. So I hope you've enjoyed this evening.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, it's been good fun. But yeah, basically, I sort of put the guitar away and just sort of figured I don't really have the enthusiasm that I used to have. Sort of doing long tours and long days does knock you for six from time to time. And I just decided I'd done this for long enough and was just struggling financially, and like all musicians are, really.
Yeah, it is tough. It is tough. We're probably going to hear about how tough it is from a number of people today. But we've got to all think about the positives here. I mean, ultimately, we will hopefully be able to get back to normal soon. Fingers crossed.
Yeah. So, so I just thought I'm joining the Navy, and just Submariners that look like the one that would be fun to do. So,
well, I was going to say, what with all the hard work of touring, streaming might come in useful, but I don't know what the Wi-Fi will be like at the bottom of the ocean.
It's not very good from what I've heard.
No, indeed. Okay, Nick, well, so last track from you. Thank you very much. What are you going to play for us?
I think I'm going to play something which is sort of the tune that I'm most proud of learning. This is a month's work, if anybody's interested. So this took me a long time to learn and to figure out. It's a march tune. It's a marching band tune called "The Stars and Stripes Forever." Written by John Philip Sousa in 1895 and arranged amazingly by a guitarist called Guy Van Duzer, who I played this for him, and he said I was doing everything right. So that's always good to know. And if you don't know the tune, if you're a football fan, you might recognise the chorus section more as "Here we go, here we go, here we go." So we're in tune, so I think here we go.
us, and obviously hopefully we get to hear from you again soon. Don't give up the
thanks,
guitar. I do try and take one on the submarine. I'd love to hear about the Submariner that's driving everyone nuts with loads of instrumental guitar playing. But it's been a real pleasure having you on, and it's been such a long time since we've seen you. So thanks again for joining us.
No, thanks for having me, man, and good luck with the rest of it. And I didn't know you had a baby on the way, so good luck with that. I've heard they can be quite noisy.
Who knows? It could even happen this evening. We've had little signs. Who knows? It could be any day.
Well,
it could be crazy.
That's guaranteed to go viral. So, yeah.
Live streamed birth. No, we won't have that. All right, listen, thank you very much again, and take care, yeah?
All right, yeah, you too, man. Speak to you soon.
Bye now. Okay, so that was Nick Tudgey. There'll be some details about him in the feed already in the comments of how you can find the rest of his stuff online.